Good morning guys, ZoëTwoDots here with some more Pokemon Go goodness for you. So today is Kyogre raid stuff. So I managed to get in and do a Kyogre raid yesterday. It was straight after the gym. I had to rush to this raid straight after going to the real life gym. So I didn't have my camera with me, but I screen recorded. So here is that footage. Actually no, I'm gonna put it here. So the Kyogre that we versed was weather boosted. It absolutely destroyed. My first 2 or 3 Pokemon just got completely annihilated. It had a Thunder, I think was its move, so it was weather boosted in its typing advantage, and also electric was boosted as well, so it just wiped me out for a few of my Pokemon. But luckily we had 18 people going in on it, so we were able to take it down reasonably quickly. This thing is an absolute tank, so yeah, it's a tough little cookie to crack, but we still managed to knock it down easy peasy. So in my mind, and I don't want to show this footage from the other day, but maybe I will, I'll decide whether or not. Okay, basically I missed every single throw on my first Kyogre raid. Missed every single one. I could not send it far enough. I was like shooting this ball off into the Netherlands and it was just falling short every single time on Kyogre, and I could not, like, it was the same thing pretty much as with the Mewtwo at the finger drag thing, just that resistance not being able to flick high enough for Kyogre. So I was like wiping my screen, wiping my hands, trying to get enough of a shoot on this stinking Pokemon. So I missed every single throw for my first raid. That was like 11 balls down the drain. It was disgraceful. So I watched a few other people's videos and I saw the AR Plus trick, not the one to get it back in the center, but actually catching it in AR Plus. So I decided to give that a whirl today. I was like, I'll try one throw. If the throw doesn't work, I'll go into AR Plus. I went into AR Plus and Kyogre basically went into disco mode. I don't know if it was because of the like the paver style tiles of the ground, like if it was getting confused with the weird like grid pattern on the floor, but Kyogre was just like doing the worm and shifting from side to side and glitching in and out, and just it was freaking out. So I tried to reset, you know, the AR a couple of times, but I'll show you guys like how it was behaving. I was trying to like sneak up on it nice and quiet, but it was just getting triggered by everything. I was sitting perfectly still and it would get triggered and disappear. Whatever I was doing in AR Plus, it did not agree with. So after a couple of rounds of it doing the worm and me getting the shits basically, I got one attempt up really close to it. It finally stopped, kind of like I was still kind of glitching out, like grinding up on my screen. That ball missed completely, so I decided to stop and go back to regular mode and just try and send it. So pretty much the way that I've had to throw on, so on iPhone X is what I've been having the difficulty with, and I can't go back to my old phone because I sold my old phone, so I don't have like another, you know, phone to go back to. The way that Pokemon is on iPhone X, instead of being optimized for the new narrower and taller screen, it is zoomed and cropped. So you basically can't throw as wide as what you would like. So your finger ends before, like, well, the screen ends before you can get that nice curve and dip that I'm sure most people are used to before the iPhone X. So I practiced with some Kangaskhuns and things like that to basically try and spin and throw it as though I'm aiming for, I suppose the thing I could compare it to is when a flying Pokemon decides to ascend. So, you know, things like Zapdos and Lugia, when they would go into the air, or Aerodactyl, or Fearow or Pidgey and things like that, when, well, not Pidgey, Pidgeotto, when they do their animation and ascend to the top portion of the screen, I was trying to pretend as though Kyogre was sitting up there in terms of how I had to aim for throwing for it. So that ended up working. Able to connect with it the first throw, he jumped out, and then connect with it on the second throw using that method. So basically just pretending that it isn't where it is and sending it as high as I could. So yeah, managed to get Kyogre in the decks. This one's an average IV one. I'm very disappointed that I missed all of my first throws on my first raid because that one was around a 91 to 93% Kyogre. RIP. So this one is below 80%. So I am going to try and get out and do some more raids, try and get a couple more Kyogres. I would like to get a decent IV one. It just hasn't been spawning close to me, and I've been really, really busy doing some video editing and things like that. So this week, I think the focus is going to be just getting out to some Kyogre raids and getting some decent Kyogres. But yes, happy to have it in the decks. It's so frustrating to throw out, but I think I'll get the hang of it with this new kind of like sending it where it's not sitting technique. Basically ignoring that it's sitting in the middle and pretending that it's in the sky. That hopefully will work for me. But we'll see how we go. Let me know how you guys have been going with your Kyogre. I'm now 1 for 2. I've only done 2 raids, so not a great, I suppose, guide on how I am doing on it. But how are you guys going? I know there's a few people in our raid team that are, this one lady I think said she was like 2 for 12 that she's caught. A couple other people have been doing really, really well on Twitter. You guys have been saying that you're like 4 for 6 or 5 out of 5 and things like that, which is awesome. So how are you guys going with Kyogre? Are you having trouble catching it? Like, I know generally everyone is having trouble throwing at it, but are you having extreme troubles? If so, let me know. And especially if you're on iPhone X, I'll try to maybe film like a tutorial video. If like a lot of you are saying you're having troubles with it and you can't hit it at all, I'll give it a crack. But basically, yeah, I'm just having to change my throw style completely to try and catch this. So let me know how you guys are going with your Kyogres. If you're not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and also on Twitch, where you'll catch me most days doing some live streams with you guys. So follow the quadfecta, including YouTube. So yeah, follow on all the things to stay up to date, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.